What do we want to do?
For an inheritance.
I want that little paddy roller with the bald head that is proud, man.
That's right.
That had the audacity to speak to the men of the Lord, man. To the servants of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, man.
Right.
We want him. And we're going to pass him around like we done with the Dutchies in our worldly ways, man. Like a Dutchman, pass him around to the left-hand side. Bro, you get him, lift him up, smack, bring him back to life. Lift him up, step on his neck, bring him back, cut his head, play with him for football. We're using his head for the football games, man. We're going to call them foothead games. Oh, balls, the foothead games. Kicking our heads with the foots, man. Bring it up, bro.
This is Wisdom of Solomon 5 and verse 1. Then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of them as have afflicted him and made no account of his labours.
And then what?
And made no account of
his labours.
That's what that damn balded paddy. We're calling him baldy paddy, man. Bald paddy made no accounts of our labours, man. He speaks lofty concerning oppression. He's the proud one Psalm 73 was talking about. Just rolled by, man. Oh no, could be a luo, man. Could be nilotic, man. But yeah, that's what we're up here for, man. And you know what? I'm going to pass it over to the next powerful speaker. I hope the brothers were, everyone was edified. Alright? I'm going to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Alright, come on, Mr. Shirello.
Come on, Mr. Shirello.
Praise it to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. Brother put it out mightily, ended on a brilliant precept that how a man was going to stand bold in front of the faces of those that have afflicted us, man. Because that's what we're out here for. We're out here for our people. We're not out here for everybody. You get what I'm saying? So yeah, what's it? Can someone get me a Psalm 105 and verse 1? Brother Bashar. Yeah?
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 105 and verse 1. Give thanks unto Yahweh.
Give thanks unto Yahweh.
Call upon his name. Make known the deeds among the people.
That's right, so we're making known the Most High's deeds among the people. Whether it be the heathen or our people, we're crying aloud like we're supposed to.
Come.
Among the people. Sing unto him. Sing psalms unto him. Talk ye of all his wondrous works.
That's what we do as well. We talk of his wondrous works.
That's right.
But right now, he's stirring up the nations to go war against each other. You know, so that's what we're out here to bring. We're out here to bring prophecy.
Glory ye in his holy name. Let the heart of them rejoice that seek Yahweh. Seek the Lord and his strength. Seeks his face evermore.
That's what we're out here to do, isn't it? We're out here to seek the Most High. We're out here to show our people to seek the Most High and not be caught up in these get me Exodus 23.
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 43 and verse 5. Great is Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, that made it, and at his commandments it runneth hastily. He made the moon also to serve in her seasons for the declaration of times and the signs of the world. Formed the moon as the sign of peace, for a light that decreaseth in her perfection. The month is called after her name, increasing wonderfully in her changing, being an instrument of the armies above, shining in the firmament of heaven. The beauty of heaven, the glory of the stars, the ornaments giving light in the highest places of Yahweh. At the commandment of the Holy One, they will stand in their order and never faint in their watches. Look upon the rainbow and praise him that made it. Very beautiful it is in the brightness thereof. It compasseth the heaven about with a glorious circle, and the hands of the Most High have bended it. By his commandment he maketh the snow to fall peace apace, and sendeth swiftly the lightning of his judgment. Through this the treasures are opened, and the clouds fly forth and fowls. By his great power he maketh the clouds firm, and the hailstones are broken small. At his sight the mountains are shaken, and at his will the south wind bloweth. The noise of the thunder maketh the earth to tremble, and doeth the northern storm, and the whirlwind as birds flieth, he scattereth the snow, and the falling down thereof is as lightning of grasshoppers. The eye marvelleth at the beauty of the whiteness of thereof, and the heart of this astonishment at the reign of it.
Yeah, man. So basically, this is that's all the marvelous works of the Most High. His creation, man. You've got the sun, the moon, the rainbow, the stars, you know, and even his chosen people.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why we glory in his name, because we see these works that he has created, and we give thanks unto him that we get to see it another day and be able to repent. You know, because the heathens, they don't take to note these things, you know. But again, every knee shall bow and every tongue shall confess in the day of the Lord. So, you know, our people need to stop following these heathens and rolling and doing what these lot do. Like, we had Halloween before, we're gonna have Christmas coming up. Lord willing, we don't even make it to that, man. You know, Lord willing, Yahweh Ratazah, that Putin starts pressing buttons and things start getting cracking, because this is serious times right about now. Yeah, go on.
1 Samuel chapter 2 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
There is none holy as Yahweh, for there is none beside thee.
There is what?
There is none beside thee. Neither is there any rock like our power. Talk no more so exceeding proudly. Let not ignorance come out of your mouth. For Yahweh is a power of knowledge.
Is a what?
Is a power of knowledge.
Yeah.
And by him actions are weighed. The bows of the mighty men are broken, and they that stumble are girt with strength. They that are full are hired out themselves for bread, and they that were hungry ceased, so that the barren have borne 7, and she that have many children are waxed feeble. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. Yahweh killeth and maketh alive. He bringeth down to the ground and bringeth up. Yahweh maketh poor and maketh rich. He bringeth low and lifteth up. He raiseth up the poor out of the dust, and lifteth up the beggar from the dunghill, to set them among princes, and to make them inherit the throne of glory. For the pillar of the earth, for the pillars of the earth are the Yahweh's, and he have set the wing upon them.
Right, man. So the whole earth and everything in it is of Yahweh, man. And he made all this in his beauty. You know what I'm saying? So we need to give thanks to that, man. You know? And these heathens, they don't give thanks to that. You know what I mean? They don't give thanks to that. Yeah? Yeah, can't. Yeah, no, because what's it? The Most High, he kills and brings alive.
That's right.
Do you know what I mean? And that's what I was going to go into as well. The fact that, you know, people like to go around and think that they have their own will to do whatever they feel. But that's not the case. If you go precept upon precept, everyone was made. Get me the wicked for the day of evil, Yeah, and can't get this one.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 23 and verse 2.
Bring it out.
Thou shalt not follow a multitude to do evil, neither shalt thou speak in cause to decline after many to wrest judgment.
So we're not meant to be following these so-called these Caucasians to these football matches and cheering like it's like the days of Gladiator, when we had to fight lions and tigers for their amusement. We shouldn't be going through all that, you know. So go on, give me that one, Brother Kushel.
This is Proverbs chapter 16 and verse 4. Yahweh is a man of Yahweh have made all things for himself, Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil.
So the Most High made the wicked man even for the day of evil. And that's what the brother's been bringing out this whole time. The wicked men of the earth, we know who they are. You know, it's the so-called white man. He's the one that goes into countries and robs and steals and takes babies and takes all. He'd even take your heritage. Because like he said in the Genesis, he was a vagabond in the earth. So he's not a keeper at home. He doesn't stay in his... You ask him where he's from. Well, he's going to tell you everywhere, man. He's going to tell you South Africa. He's going to tell you America. He's going to tell you everywhere other than where he actually came from. Yeah, Australia. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you have to come that close? Yeah, now can you move back?
This is Ecclesiasticus, Sirach 41:8. Woe be unto the ungodly men. Woe be unto the ungodly men, which have forsaken the law of the Most High power. For if they increase, it shall be to your destruction. For if they increase, it shall be to your destruction.
That's right. So when they increase, it's only for their destruction. Like it said, he made the evil for the day of the the wicked for the day of the Lord, the day of evil. Yeah, come on. Yeah, come on, man. So all praises to Yahweh that these heathens know that the end is near, man. Do you know what I mean? Like that, and that's the proudness of Esau, that he will come right up in front because he, you know, he's the one that speaks loftily concerning oppression. You get what I'm saying? You got some? Go on, bring that.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 34 and verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon all Idumea.
It shall come what?
It shall come down upon all Idumea, and upon all the people of my curse to judgment.
Right, man. So all these people that speak proudly, like the bold man that walked off, the guy that just come up, you know, the other guy, they're gonna get their judgment, man. And they're still proud in these last days. But you know, we're not gonna care about that. We're just trying to care about our people, our brothers and sisters that are still, you know, in this system, man, still following these wicked people. But
Ecclesiasticus, Sirach chapter 40 and verse 9. Death and bloodshed, strife and sword, calamities, famine, tribulation and scourge, and the scourge. These things are created for the wicked. These things are created for the wicked, and for their sake came the flood.
Yeah, man. So even in the days of Noah, when the flood came, these lot were wicked, man. That's just the same time now. That's why it says, as in the days of Noah, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. Because it's the same principle, man. There's nothing new under the sun. These lot are more wickeder now than they was back then. Yeah. Exactly, man. So death, bloodshed, famine, pestilence, this is all for the wicked, man. Do you know what I'm saying? So yeah, get me that one.
Oh, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 24 from the top. The earth is the Lord's, and the earth is the Lord's, is Yahweh's, and the fullness thereof of the world. They that dwell therein.
That's right, man. So what's it? The earth is Yahweh's and the fullness thereof. Everything in the earth that the Most High created is the Most High. So if He made the wicked, then He made the wicked, innit? And if He made the righteous, He made the righteous. There's no in between. Yeah, you're either on the right side or you're on the left, innit? So get me that one, Bob, for sure.
Revelation chapter 4 verse 11.
Bring it out.
Thou art worthy, O Yahweh, to receive glory and honor and power. For thou hast created all things. For thou hast created all things. And for thy pleasure they are, and we created, and were created.
Yeah, man. For the Most High's pleasure, He made all things. Just like He made the wicked. You're right, King. What's your nationality? You got 2 minutes. Yeah, what's your nationality?
I'm Jamaican.
Yeah, Jamaican. Do you know what Jamaica means? It means the land of wood and water. Yeah, I'm so-called Jamaican too, like my father. But that's not who the Bible says we
That's why
really
I
are.
came here to encourage you. I'm a Christian as well.
Yeah, but
I
that's the
wanted to
thing.
Standing there and say, yeah, I just want to let you know I'm there. now.
Was Abraham a Christian? He wasn't. It wasn't. Give me that.
Yeah, let me just say. Because before, because he's a Jew, a Christian came later in life. So
Yes.
you can argue in the
Yes.
sense of it, he wouldn't have known he was a Christian. And that's the way we
Yeah,
can't
but
call
the
him
thing is, a Christian is what?
a Christian came after
No, but what
Jesus.
does Christian mean?
Christian is somebody right now, I would say, somebody who puts his trust, his faith, his love, and believes that
Yeah.
Jesus came here
Yeah.
to shed his blood for the forgiveness of sins. Yep. So,
Yeah. Well, simply, Christian means to be a follower of Christ. Yeah. So we need to keep what Christ put down. We need to keep exactly. Go on.
This is Acts chapter 11, and I'll just go to 19 to get the context. Acts 11:19. Now they which were scattered abroad upon the persecution that arose about Stephen, travelled as far as Phoenicia and Cyprus and Antioch, preaching the word to none but unto the Jews only. Verse 26, that's the context, right? Now verse 20, and when he had found him, he brought him unto Antioch, and it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people, and the disciples were called Christians first in Antioch.
So that's the first time they did. And who were the disciples now?
All the names of them, or
Well, no, but the disciples were of a particular nation. You see what I'm saying? Because you didn't have Egyptian disciples. You didn't have Moabite disciples. Yeah? Now go on, give me that one.
This is the book of Amos, chapter 2 and verse 11.
Bring it out.
I have raised up your sons for prophets and your young men for Nazarites. It is not even thus, O ye children of Israel.
O ye children of Israel.
So these were Israelites. Get that other one you have. Yeah?
This is the book of John, chapter 1 and verse 47. Jesus saw Nathanael coming to him and said to him, behold, an Israelite indeed. An Israelite indeed. To whom is no good, no guile.
Exactly. So we're Israelites. We're not Jamaican. Yeah, and we're not Christians either. We're Hebrews.
all right, God bless, yeah? All
Well,
right.
I've got a flag for you.
Yeah,
I've
just
got our
give it.
camera.
Yeah, good.
Look it up, man.
Yeah, all right. Well
Because
done, well done.
these are the last days, man. We ain't got long left, man. There's going to be World War III, famine, all sorts kicking off. And we need to get right with the Lord. You see what I'm saying? And Jesus is not his name.
How shy?
Yeah, Howard Shai is his name. And this is not.
I've got this, yeah?
Yeah,
I've got this.
Yeah?
Yeah, no, I hear you. Shalom, peace and love.
Yeah, peace and love, man. Shalom. Yeah, man. So, you know, we're not Jamaicans out here, man. We're the Israelites, yeah? We're Hebrew Israelites, you know? We're learning our heritage. Do you see what I'm saying? That's been stripped from us. You know, when they took us from the land, they didn't just take our names. They took our heritage. They took everything. They took our culture. They took our customs. Like the brother brought out in the first Maccabees. You know, they made us literally consult with the king of the land and forget our laws. But again, we're going to fight for our lives and laws. That's what we're doing right now. We're standing bold in front of all these faces that have afflicted us, you know, and we're going, thus saith the Lord. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
This is Sirach chapter 7. Sirach chapter 17 and verse 11. Beside this, he gave them knowledge and the law of life for an heritage.
For what?
For an
heritage.
heritage. He made an everlasting covenant with them and showed them his judgments. Their eyes saw the majesty of his glory, and their ears heard his glorious voice.
That's right, man. So the covenant was like the brother brought out earlier about the Brits, the real covenant, the covenant people. That's not everyone. The real covenant people are the Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob,
That's right.
which name was turned to Israel, and the 12 patriarchs. That is who the covenant was given to. Give me Psalms 50 and verse 5. Yeah. Yeah, come. 50 and verse 5.
Yeah, this is the book of Exodus, chapter 32, and verse 12. Wherefore should the Egyptians speak and say, for mischief did he bring them out to slay them in the mountains and to consume them from the face of the earth? Turn your fierce wrath and repent from this evil against thy people. Remember Abraham, Isaac, and Israel thy servant, to whom thou swearest by thine own self, and said unto them, I will multiply thy seed as the stars of heaven, and all this land that I have spoken of, I will give unto your seed, and they shall inherit it forever.
Ah, man, and that was the promise. That was the promise that his seed will inherit the land. You know, that's an heritage too. You know, not just the language, culture, and identity. Even the land comes with it too. Do you get what I'm saying? Go on, bring that out, King.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 50, and verse 5.
Bring it up.
Gather thy saints together. Gather thy saints together unto me, those that have made a covenant with me by sacrifice.
That's right, man. So the saints, we know who the saints are, you know? Yeah, we know who the saints are and who the sacrifice was for.
My sacrifice, right? This is the book of Exodus, chapter 24 and verse 6.
Bring it out.
And Moses took half of the blood and put it in a basin, and half of the blood and sprinkled it on the altar. And he took the blood of the covenant, and he took the blood of the covenant, and he took the book of the covenant, and read it, and read in the audience of the people, and they said, all that Yahweh had said we will do, and be obedient. And Moses took the blood and sprinkled it on the people, and said, behold, the blood of the covenant which Yahweh hath made with you concerning all these words.
Right, man, and that's the covenant that which Moses sprinkled the blood on the children of Israel, and the book. And this is the book of the covenant. This is our laws, man. Give me Sirach 24:23, because that's what this is what our heritage is, and this is when we understand who we are. Yeah, we won't be on the bottom no more, man. We can stand proud and bring out our heritage. Do you see what I'm saying? We have all sorts of customs. What we eat, what we wear, do you know what I mean? How we conduct ourselves, how we raise up our families, you know what I mean? No more broken households in Israel, man.
Sirach 24 verse 23. All these things are the book of the covenant of the Most High Power, even the law which Moses commanded for an heritage unto the congregation of Jacob.
That's right, man. So this book, no other nation should be touching this book, man. Do you know what I mean? Get me that, Psalms 50 and 16. Yeah, no other nation should be touching our heritage, man. They've had their hands on it too long. You know, they've changed the images. They've changed all sorts of things. You know what I mean? But their time is up now. It's time for us to come home and keep the law, statutes and commandments which the Most High gave to us Yeah, gave to Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. You know what I mean?
That's right.
This is Psalms chapter 50 and verse 16.
Bring it out.
But unto the wicked, power saith, what have thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth, seeing thou hatest instruction and casteth my words behind thee.
So these heathens and these other nations shouldn't even be touching this book. They shouldn't have the covenant, you know what I mean, in their hands. Because it's not for them.
It's not for
Get
you.
me?
That's it.
This is the book of Daniel, chapter 12 and verse 10. Many shall be made purified and made white and shine, but the wicked shall do wickedly, and none of the wicked shall understand, but the wise shall understand.
Ah, beautiful precept. Yeah, that's it, man. And you're only wise if you get me, what's that? Wisdom of Solomon. No, not Wisdom of Solomon. Sirach 19, I believe. Yeah? Yeah, because you're only wise when you keep the law, statutes, and commandments. So, you know, you're only going to understand this if you're keeping the commandments. So to the wicked, you're not going to understand this, man. You got something, yeah?
This is Job 24 and 13. They are of those that rebel against the light. They know not the ways thereof, nor abide in the paths thereof. The murderer rising with the light killeth the poor and needy, and in the night is as a thief.
That's right, man. And we brought it out earlier about the murderer, the wicked, and the thief. We know who these are. You know what I mean? It's Esau. You know what I mean? It's the so-called white man. He's the one that does these things. Do you know what I'm saying? So we know who we are. Yeah, come on.
This is the book of Sirach, chapter 19 and verse 20. The fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
The fear of the Lord is all wisdom.
And the wisdom is the performance of thy law. And knowledge is of omnipotency.
That's right, man. So wisdom is the knowledge, is the performance of the law. Yeah, you're the wicked. You're the wicked, what the Bible speaks of.
That's right.
Straight up, man. Because we just said it. Thou sayest, didn't it? The wicked is not going to understand these things. Do you know what I'm saying? He's not going to understand wisdom. What's the one in Deuteronomy? Wisdom. Righteousness. Wisdom about all nations. Let me get Salakia, King Salakia, man. It's Deuteronomy. Wisdom. Yeah, come. 4.
Deuteronomy chapter 4, and I start at verse 5. Behold, I have taught you statutes and judgments, even as Yahweh my power commanded me that ye should do in the land whither ye go to possess it. Keep therefore and do them, for this is the wisdom, and your understanding is I'll read that again. Deuteronomy 4 and 6. Keep therefore and do them, for this is the wisdom and your understanding in the sight of the nations, which shall hear all these statutes and say, surely this great nation is a wise and understanding people.
Man. So when we come back to the law, statutes and commandments, these other nations won't be looking at us in their proud manner like always, because they're going to understand that we are a wise and we have wisdom. We are understanding nation. You know? You got that? 11.
The fear of the Lord. This is the book of Psalms, chapter 111, verse 10. 7. Verse 7. The works of his hands and the verity of judgment. All commandments are sure. Salakia. All his commandments are sure. They stand fast forever and ever, and are done in truth and uprightness. He sent redemption unto his people. He hath commanded his covenant forever,
Come.
holy, and to revenge his Salakia, and to reverend his name. The fear of Yahweh is the beginning of wisdom, and good understanding have all they that do his commandments. That do his commandments. That do his commandments. His praise endureth forever.
Right, man, his praise endureth forever, man. So when we keep these commandments, that's it, man. You can't go wrong, man. You'll have Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai by your side. Yeah?
This is Sirach chapter 17 and verse 17.
Bring it out.
For in the division of the nations of the whole earth, he set a ruler over every people, but Israel is Yahweh's portion.
Right, man. The Israel is Yahweh's portion, man. That's his first son, like we brought out earlier. They are the children of God. Yeah, wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Yeah, all these other nations are just wicked. They don't know anything. They only know what trickles down from wisdom from us, like the woman said in Matthew, innit? The dogs eat from the crumbs of the table. So whatever they know is what's been trickled down from the men of the Lord. You get what I'm saying?
God, so like even that what I said earlier on about they wouldn't know anything without us teaching them from the beginning. Like the alphabet. Alphabet is just A and Ba. Aleph and Bayaf is just A and B. So they don't even know nothing without us. We taught them everything, man. How to wash, to plumbing, right? Bare things, man. So yeah, this is Deuteronomy chapter 29. Deuteronomy chapter 29, verse 29. The secret things belong unto the Lord our God, Yahweh our power, but those things which are revealed, but those things which are revealed belong unto us and to our children forever, that we may do all the words of this law.
That's right, man. So these forever, you know, you can't get around that, man. If we do the words of this law, so if we keep the covenant, if we keep the law, statutes and commandments, yeah, we will be put on high, you know?
That's a beautiful, beautiful teaching. That's what information said. Because it could have taken an inkling of one of the brothers in our past, in the past, to keep a certain law, and then wisdom just started overflowing onto that person. That's what I was thinking, that because we was discontinued from our heritage, but then somewhere along the line, someone said, "Nah, I'm not going to eat that pork," or "I'm resting today," and then boom, law started just pouring, commandments and wisdom started pouring upon that, precepts and everything, man.
For real, man.
Shalom.
Shalom. You get the one about Solomon as well, right? This is First Kings. This is First Kings. This is First Kings, chapter 4 and verse 29. And God gave Solomon wisdom and understanding exceeding much, and largeness of heart, even as the sand that is on the seashore. And Solomon's wisdom excelled the wisdom of all the children of the east country, and all the wisdom of Egypt, and all the wisdom of Egypt, for he was wiser than all men, than Ethan, than Ezrahites, and Heman, and Hakol, and Daldar, and the sons of Maho, and his fame was in all nations round about.
Yeah, man, he was the wisest man that ever lived. Even till now, no one can exceed the wisdom of Solomon. That's why there's a book called Wisdom of Solomon.
Verse 34. And there came all people to hear the wisdom of Solomon from all kings of the earth, which had heard of his wisdom.
Yeah, man, all the kings of the earth came to hear his wisdom. So that's just showing you, even Queen Sheba, or you know, the whore Sheba, she even came. Do you know what I'm saying? You know?
You got to say it properly.
Yeah, that's right, that's right. Yeah?
This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 32 and verse 7. Remember the days of old, consider the years of many generations. Ask thy father, and he will show thee. Ask thy elders, and they will tell thee. When the Most High divided the nations, their inheritance, he separated the sons of Adam, and he set a bounds of the people according to the number of the children of Israel. For the Lord's portion is his people. Jacob is the lot of his inheritance.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's right, man. Beautiful. 1770. Yeah, man. So this is the wisdom of Solomon, getting passed down from generation to generation. You know, you ask the father and he teach you. You know, and Salakia. But as like the brother put out, you know, all it takes is for you to just start keeping 1, 2 commandments, and then you'll just flourish. You'll start keeping them all. You know what I'm saying? It just takes, you know, no one's going to change overnight. But as soon as you start doing one thing, it'll lead to another and another, and next thing, you know, you're in the precepts, you know? And that's what we need to bring to our people. You get me?
This is Ecclesiastes chapter 1 and verse 16. I command with my own heart, saying, Lo, I am come to great estate, and have gotten more wisdom than all they that have been before me in Jerusalem. Yea, my heart is great, have had great experience of wisdom and knowledge. And I gave my heart to know wisdom and to know madness and folly. I perceive that this also is vexation of spirit, for in much wisdom is much grief, and he that increaseth knowledge increaseth sorrow.
So like we were saying,
Oppression, surely oppression maketh a wise man mad.
That's right, man. And obviously, to know wisdom, he had to know folly too. Do you get what I'm saying? He had to discern from good and bad. Do you see what I'm saying? So you wouldn't like, that's what we was going into at the beginning with the brother, with the tree. Yeah, with the tree of knowledge, innit? You wouldn't know good or evil if you didn't. Do you get what I'm saying? Eat of the tree. So that's what these other nations are. That's why they feed us with all sorts of madness and folly. Yeah.
And another thing, go on.
Another thing, sorry, it's a beautiful lesson, man. Another reason why, you know, when we read the Bible, they don't come up against it. You understand? Because they live off the laws of the Bible. They use the Bible in their court systems because this has so much wisdom and understanding, and it's not for them. Like you said, it's only for the Psalm says it's only for the Israelites, only for us, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. Now, as we learn these wisdom and knowledge, the reason why they can't come up against it is because what's going to profit in their words and their understandings.
Yeah, no, for real, man. So they can't do nothing about it. They could come up and act proud as much as they want, but you know, like in Hebrews 4 and 12, they'll just get cut. The longer they stay here, we'll go into something that's going to obviously cut them. Do you get what I'm saying? No matter what. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is the book of Acts, chapter 19, verse 37. Seeing then that these things, Salah, 36 or 37.
That's 1936.
Yeah, Yeah, slack yo. Acts chapter 13, 19 verse 36.
Bring it up.
Seeing then that these things cannot be spoken against, ye ought to be quiet.
Ye ought to be quiet.
And do nothing rashly.
That's right, man. So you just stand there and listen, man. You know what I mean? And if your judgment comes out, then so be it. But we're out here for our people, for our the so-called blacks, Native Americans, Seminole Indians, Hispanics, yeah, the Latinos. We're out here to show them that they are the true Jews of the Bible.
That's right.
They are the true children of Israel.
That's right.
Yeah, they're not. It's not those so-called white people up there with the twirly things in their head. Yeah, that's not who it is.
This is Ecclesiastes. We're talking about wisdom. The preacher, Ecclesiastes, chapter 5 and verse 1. Keep thy foot when thou goest to the house of power, and be more ready to hear. And be more ready to hear than to give the sacrifice of fools. For they consider not that they do evil. Be not rash with thy mouth, and let not thine heart be hasty to utter anything before power. For power is in heaven, and thou upon earth. Therefore let thy words be few.
Right, man. So when you come up, you've just got to listen, man. Obviously, you know, you say what you got to say. You ask questions, but you know what I mean. You need to be. You got two ears and one mouth, innit? A wise man will listen, innit, and increase in learning.
So, this in the Proverbs. This is Proverbs 9 and 9. This is the book of Sirach, chapter 6 and verse 33. If thou love to hear, thou shalt receive understanding. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise. And if thou bow thine ear, thou shalt be wise.
That's what we've been going into, man. The wisdom and the understanding. And that comes with listening, man, and keeping thy foot. Do you know what I'm saying? Because they consider not that they do evil when they just open their mouth rashly. You go?
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 9 and verse 9. Give instruction to wise man, and he will be yet wiser. Teach a just man, and he will increase in learning.
Right, man, and that's what we're trying to do, innit? Like, we're not trying to say we're the wisest, but we understand certain precepts in order to give certain brothers and sisters the knowledge and understanding that they need, man, to change their ways. Right. Do you know what I mean? Because we're not out here for vainglory, man. We're not out here for views. We're out here for our people. The one that just stops and manages to hear the word. That's all it takes, man.
Like the brother
you know what I mean? Yeah, that's right. At the beginning.
Like the brother that came, brother Aaron, man. He came at the beginning, and we never had the camera on, man. We was preparing, setting up the frankincense and the posters and the mic and that. And he said, Shalom, you brothers, you know what I mean? And he knows he's an Israelite for about 10 years. He was saying, like, oh, is the camera on? Like, no, the camera's not on right now. Because he knows how the Israelites, how we do it, how we rise up Israel, man.
That's right.
And we said, look, we had a couple of questions going through, like, where's he got his education from? He wanted to understand something because he's been reading Genesis about the tree. We went through all the precepts, deep questions about what does the tree represent. A lot of these people think the tree represents good and evil, and it's an apple, like the damn iPhone, man.
Right, like a chunk out of it.
Like a chunk out of it. Yeah, there's no apple on the tree, man. It's a fruitful tree, and it's the fruit that was eaten, man, of good and evil, man. And if you go deeper into it, it's talking about Eve was dallying with the heathens, man. The woman was going around. That's why Deuteronomy 7 says that our holy people don't make marriages with them. The whole reason why we got Deuteronomy 7 is because Eve didn't follow Deuteronomy 7. She made marriages with the other nations, man.
Bro, don't get married.
Yeah. Well, their marriages are dumb stuff anyway. Go down the aisle, stamp on the glass, jump over a broomstick. some damn paganism. Alright, well, our marriage is different. Our marriage is a holy convocation. Man.
Yeah, so you know, like there, the brother come up. You know, he said that he wasn't meant to go somewhere. He ended up coming this way, and it just, you know, that's how it is. We brought the precepts out again before, so bring that out one more time. Go on, Proverbs. Yes.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 16, verse 9. A man's heart deviseth his way, but the Lord directeth his steps. But the Lord directeth his steps.
Yeah, that's right, man. So no matter what we do, whether you're the wicked or the righteous, man, the Lord is controlling the scenes from behind, man. Like a director of the movies. You get what I'm saying? And that's it. Yeah, go on. Sirach 37:14. Finish up quick.
Come on. Sirach 37 verse 14.
Pick it out.
For a man's mind is sometimes wont to tell him more than 7 watchmen that sit above an high tower, and above all this pray to the Most High that he may direct their path in truth.
Yeah, can't. That's what I'm saying. So obviously, like, a man's mind's gonna tell him all sorts of things, innit? Like, oh, do this now or do that now. But in the end, you know, that's why it says you have to pray that the Most High directs your path in truth. Because if it's not in truth, it's gonna be on the left-hand side. So whatever you do,
The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding will remain in the congregation of the dead.
so you better that's just showing you there a precept that the Most High controls the wicked and the good. You know, because you want to pray that he directs your path in truth. You get what I'm saying? Go on.
This is Psalms chapter 51 and verse 9. Make thy face, hide thy face from my sins and blot out all mine iniquities. Create in me a clean heart, O Yahweh, and renew a right spirit within me. Cast me not away from thy presence, and take not thy Holy Spirit from me. Restore in me the joy of thy salvation, and uphold me with thy free spirit.
That's right, man, and that's what we have to pray for, man. We have to pray you don't take the Holy Spirit from us, because it's the Spirit that's guiding us in truth. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and mercy. So like it said in Sirach, it said that a man's mind sometimes want to tell him more than 7 watchmen. You know, but we know that a man's heart deviseth his way, but Yahweh directeth his steps. So even in you got that 6 and 5, Genesis 6 and 5, showing you that the heart is actually the mind.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 6 and verse 5.
Pick it out.
And God saw that the wickedness of man was great in the earth, and and that every imagination of thoughts and of the heart was only evil continually.
So every imagination of the thoughts of his heart was evil. So, you know, go on, get me Mark 7 and 21.
Mark 7:21. For from within, out of the heart of men, proceedeth evil thoughts, adulteries, fornication, murderers, theft, covetousness, wickedness, deceit, lasciviousness, an evil eye, blasphemy, pride, foolishness. All these evil things come from within and defile the man.
Man, so your heart can't think, man. So this is showing you that your heart is your mind. Get me a 2nd Ezra 16 and 54 off the chart. Last one on that, yeah?
This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 16, verse 54.
Bring it out.
And it reads, Behold, the Lord knoweth all the works of men, and their imaginations, and their thoughts, and their hearts, and their hearts, and their hearts.
right. So no matter what you think, like your heart guides you and all that, really is the Most High behind the scenes directing your steps, you know? And that's why we need to give all praises and honor and glory to Yahweh that the spirit is still on us to come out here and try and wake up our people, man. And that's why we should pray that we need to, you know, that he casts not the Holy Spirit away from us. Go on.
This is Proverbs chapter 3 and verse 5. Trust in the Lord Yahweh with all thine heart and lean not unto thine own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him and he shall direct thy paths. Be not wise in thine own eyes. Fear the Lord Yahweh and depart from evil. And depart from evil.
That's all we're trying to do. We're trying to make our people depart from evil, man. 19:21. Yeah, we're trying to make our people depart from evil, man, because there's so much evil and wickedness going around that you won't even know. Do you know what I'm saying? And the only way you will know is by knowing the law, statutes and commandments. You get me? Go on.
This is the book of Proverbs, chapter 19, verse 21. There are many devices in a man's heart. There are many devices in a man's heart. Nevertheless, the counsel of the Lord, that shall stand. That shall stand.
So the counsel of the Lord shall stand. He's the one that's going to give that last decision to you, to whether you walk right or walk left. You know? People are taking the Most High for granted, man. Especially our people, man. Do you know what I mean? Like on this, there is no God and no hope, and they are their own God and their own destiny. That's madness, you know? We need to turn away from that, man. We need to turn away from that. Give me Isaiah 48 and 3. Oh, Kusha, you got something?
Yeah. This is Ephesians chapter 6 and verse 16. Above all, take the shield of faith, wherewith ye shall be able to quench all the fiery darts of the wicked.
Ah, man, put on the shield, man. The shield of faith, yeah? That's right, man, because we know what forget faith. 11, was it Romans 11 and 1? No, Hebrews 11 and 1. Barbecue sharp.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 11 and verse 1. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. For by it the elders obtained a good report.
Right, man. So yeah, through faith, man. We walk by faith, innit, and not by sight. You get what I'm saying? You get a good report. Yeah, and you get a good report, because that's why the prophet, when the prophet put out Psalms, was it 77? We have to ask the elders, and they shall tell thee. Do you know what I mean? And that's the good report. We go to our elders for these questions and the deeper understandings of the law, statutes, and commandments. You know, in order. Go on.
Abraham, right? And this is Hebrews chapter 11 and verse 8. By faith, Abraham, when he was called to go out into a place which he should after receive for an inheritance, obeyed, and he went out not knowing whither he went.
That's right, man. Yeah, that's him. He just literally going by. Get me 2 Corinthians 5 and 7. Yeah, that's just him going by faith, innit? The Most High told him, look, it's time to move. He got up and he moved. He didn't care about anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, that's right. That's that Proverbs 3 and 5. Exactly, man. He's gonna trust in the Most High with all.
This is the book of 2 Corinthians, chapter 5 and verse 7. For if we walk by faith and not by sight. Salakia. 7. For we walk by faith, not by sight. This is the book of 2 Corinthians 5 and verse 7. For we walk by faith and not by sight.
Right, so we walk by faith and not by sight. So, you know, a lot of these people now, like what you said last night about man want tangible evidence, innit? Man want to be able to see and touch things, innit? But we walk by faith, man. You know what I'm saying?
First, 2 Corinthians 4 and 18.
Bring it out.
While we look at the things which are seen, but at thy things which are not seen, for the things which are seen are temporal, but the things which are not seen are eternal.
Eternal, man, exactly. So the temporal things are just here for a moment, man, but we're looking for the eternal things, man, you know, because we know the word of the Most High, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, lives forever. That's
right.
It's been there from the beginning.
That's
you
right.
Because like it says in John 1:1, it says in the beginning was the word, you know, and the word was Yahweh Shai, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua, you know.
And that's the bang they talk about. That's that bang that the atheists want to talk about, man. It's the word. It's the word, man. Bang!
Yeah, that tangible bang, you know, because they need to see something, isn't it? They need to see something. Atoms. That's why they're in the lab there trying to smash atoms.
Yeah,
you know, because they need, that's what Esau's all about, though, man. He needs that temporal, that tangible evidence.
Look what they got. Power. That's the power, man.
All plants. And there's probably, like we were saying about the burgers, there's probably some human mints in that. Do you get me? Serious, man. There's films out there. What's it? There's a film out there. Yeah, but even still, that plant. What's it? Burger in McDonald's. Yeah, bro, that's got human meat in it, man. No joke. No joke, bro. There's a film called Soylent Green. I haven't seen it all, but it's in the 80s or 60s or 70s. One of them, and it talks about that, man. About them mincing up the burgers. So this ain't nothing new, is it? You get me? This has been happening the longest still.
Bro, they're trying to push so much wickedness on the earth, as we've been reading. Do you reckon that's going to be power? There's going to be power in that plant packaging that's put in plastic in the refrigerator in the supermarket, bro. Think about that, man.
Man. So yeah, that's why, like the brother said, they're pushing so much evil and wickedness. Go on, bring that one in.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 12 and verse 12. And it reads, therefore rejoice, ye heavens, ye that dwell in them, woe unto the inhabitants of the earth and of the sea, for the devil has come down unto you, having a great wrath, because he knows he has but a short time.
Right. He knows his time's nearly up, man. Yeah. Yeah, can't. That's what I mean, he's got there all the time, man. That's that Egyptology. Man. You know, I was once there. But yeah, man. Obviously, yeah, the devil, he's come down quick. He's coming down quick now. He's pushing all this witch talk, this faggotry, do you know what I mean? Promoting all these holidays, like flipping, what's that, Black Friday's coming up, do you know what I mean? All this just to keep us in sin, because that's it, isn't it? The only, you know, us, the elect being woken up and sealed is the only way that this is going to end. Do you get what I'm saying? So he's going to try his best with the spiritual demon Satan to try and keep us in sin. Do you know what I mean? That's why, like the brother put out, he puts pork in everything, almost everything, man, literally. Do you know what I'm saying?
This is Judith. This is Judith chapter 5 and verse 20. Now therefore, our master and governor, if there be any error in this people, and they sin against their power, let us consider that this shall be their ruin, and let us go up, and we shall overcome them. But if there be no iniquity in their nation, let my master now pass by, lest their Yahweh defend them, and their God be for them, and we become a reproach before all the world.
Yeah, man, that's plain, isn't it? Yeah, when we're not keeping the commandments, these other nations, they have the upper hand, man. Do you know what I mean? They're always going to have the upper hand if we're in sin and we're at the bottom and we don't know who we are, and we're calling ourselves a colour, you know, in a crayon box. a direction of a savage. Yeah, that's we're always going to be at the bottom. That's why we need to come out of that. Come out of get me that. Come out of my people.
Revelation chapter 18 and verse 3.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 13 and verse 1. Let every soul be subjected unto their higher powers, for there is no power but of there is no power of the Most High, the powers that are ordained of God. For whosoever therefore resisteth the power, resisteth the ordinances of God, and they that resisteth shall receive to themselves damnation.
That's right, man. So all souls are subject unto the Most High, innit? Yeah, and whatever He's ordained is what's gonna happen, man. You know, His word won't return unto Him void. So whether you resist it or not, you know, that's up to the Most High. We have no choice in that. So we can only just do our bit. You know what I'm saying? We've got something.
This is Ezekiel chapter 18 and verses 4. Behold, all souls are mine. As the soul of the Father, so also the soul of the Son is mine. The soul that sinneth, it shall die.
That's it, man. Get me proper, Romans, you said it, let's bring it out. Romans 6 and 23, you know? No, you said congregation of death. Yeah, man, so if we're sinning, we're in death, innit? We're dry bones. Romans 6:23.
This is the book of Romans, chapter 6 and verse 23.
Bring it out.
For the wages of sin is death, but the gift of God is eternal life through Yahushua, Christ our Lord.
Right, man. So that's what we're looking for, the eternal gifts, man. You know what I mean? You got that?
This is Proverbs chapter 21 and verse 16. The man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead.
Yeah, Revelation.
Man that wonders about the way of understanding.
This is the book of Revelations, chapter 18 and verse 3. All nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her. The merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. And I heard another voice from heaven saying, Come out of her, my people. Come out of her, my people, that ye be not partakers of her sins, that ye have received not of her plagues.
That's it, man. On that, I'm gonna pass it to the next brother still. So, oh yeah, so cool, calm.